on the Philadelphia Eagles. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Swift going to try up the middle. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From just shy of midfield, here's second down and a yard. Once again, it's Swift. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Hurts. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Odafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills.
But they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards, and a guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. Here's Hurts to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. They needed 4, they got 8. And it results in a conversion on fourth down. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the fourth down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game plan for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game plan for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They go play action with Hurts. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after one. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. Swift will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Let's get off the field. Mike 6. Mike 6. Watch the pass.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. And he's got it. Touchdown! Devontae Smith on the receiving end from Jalen Hurts. And the Eagles post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 37. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now Lamar changing the play. Jackson on first down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And 24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Jackson. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now a 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Odell Beckham from 19 yards away. And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. 2nd and 6. They run once more with Edwards. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A yard all they need, but and it's third down. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Now Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Edwards. Touchdown, Baltimore. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mention the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Hurts. That is caught, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down. Back to throw again. He'll get this off to Swift. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Again, he'll drop to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Play action. Here's Hurts. Throw out wide is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll look to throw again. Buying time to his left. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on fourth.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball. And
he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone, and ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here is third down and 4. Throwing is Jackson. That'll be taken in by Flowers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent play there on third down. Give them 25 yards.
Well, you want to make sure that on an opening drive, that you at least stay out there for a while and get into the flow of the game. A 3-and-out would have been problematic, but that's a good throw there to ensure they get another set of downs.
Now Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. Here's 2nd and 3. And Jackson throwing once more. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he'll get this down to the 30-yard line. Jackson now. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 30 yards. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Looking to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Second down. Here's Hurts. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift, 60 yards. And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Elliott good on the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now it's Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 30 yards there, and, of course, the first down as well.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
To throw again is Jackson. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles will take over possession here up at the 44. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. There he goes, right side. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Now it's Jackson. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The end result, 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. They'll go back to Edwards on 1st down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Jackson going to change things up a bit. Here's Jackson to throw on 2nd down. Able to locate Andrews here on the out route. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Here we go. 1st and goal. They'll run here with Edwards. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Again, it's Edwards. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Edwards. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards His second touchdown of the night. And the Ravens answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the two-point conversion. Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll start on the ground. Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on. And that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10. Throwing now is Jackson. It's caught by OBJ. Touchdown! Odell Beckham, 33 yards. And the Ravens have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Two timeouts remaining, but time is of the essence. Down 2 scores. It's 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores. You know you need some providence from somewhere. they're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Eluding the pressure right. His throw caught at about the 5. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that